Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, call halal Yahweh. Shem Yahushai, Shem Rakah Dash. Once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who grew well. I'd like to also send out salutations to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth while we're trying to wake up the remaining, hopefully elect, while time still permits us to do so. All right. So, as you can probably have read already, yeah, we have this Jake, as we know, certain things we just know through the spirit and things that we see. Yes, our enemies do benefit the most from these programs that are, you know, you hear the smart, sly comments coming out of these devils' mouths about, well, all you people on Section 8. Well, no, the numbers don't say that. The sheer numbers, because you know, we are still a minority, right? So, yeah, but we're going to go ahead and get into it. But it's the way that they do this. They let you know, see, Jake does not take advantage, in this case, of the things that he could have. Because our people all caught up in buying bullshit. All right. Here we go. You know what? Hold on, real quick. Yeah, I just want to read the copyright disclaimer real quick. This is copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research, which is what I'm doing. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right, because I'm not profiting off of this, nor do I desire to. This is just used as a teaching instrument. All right, and to expose the lies. All right, so here we go.
Whenever anyone talks about government assistance, they always try to misapply it to Black Americans. They say, oh, Black Americans are getting over. They're using it the most. Well, we know that's not true. But I want y'all to watch this video of a brother who speaks about Section 8 and who is actually benefiting the most and what they're actually doing because they're benefiting. Check it out.
I've been a Section 8 investor for 10 years, and I'm telling you the vast majority are Caucasians. Now I want to tell you how some of these folks had access to millions in assets, but were still qualifying for government assistance. About 8 years ago, my mentor was trying to teach me about trust and trust structure. And he started sharing information on some of his friends that have been gaming the system all these years. Just by moving all these assets into the trust, they had no income and no assets on paper. So therefore, they can start qualifying for whatever they needed. Section 8, food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, you name it.
See, and this is, by and large, a good example of the difference between them folks and Jake. Jake likes to, even though he don't have it, he likes to, try to make you believe that he's got it like that. And that's, going into, that's to the reasons why we don't have the kind of time for this video. But these devils, they just love hiding shit. There was a book years ago called, was it The Millionaire Next Door, as an example of what I'm trying to say. And it told you about, you see these average, Edomites, wearing their, what was the sneaker they used to, was it New Balance? Old guys shop off the rack, unassuming motherfuckers are loaded. Whereas the opposite for Jake ain't got shit, but, if you didn't know any better, that's the nature of the two. All right. But that's what he's saying here. They know how to hide that shit. And I believe the movie back in the 30s, was it about the Rothschilds is what they did? Going into the origins of uh, that family when they changed from the name Bauer. Um, how they used to play that game when the tax collector came around. Here we go.
But then he really blew my mind because these parents that had put all their assets into a trust, now when it was time for their kids to go to college, guess what? Now they qualify for student loans, grants, Pell Grants, things of that nature. Instead of the parents having to pay the full ride for school, financial aid paid half, student loans paid the other half. But guess what? Since that student was still a beneficiary, the trust actually paid for the student loan portion.
So as you heard him say, there's Caucasian people that benefit the most, and you also heard him say what they do in order to get the Section 8, even though it doesn't sound like they would qualify, but they save their money and they help their children go to school and a whole host of other things. And so some of them, because a lot.
One word can sum it up. Sacrifice. Sacrifice, which Jake, at least on that level, is unwilling to do. Especially when it comes to the so-called black woman. I mean, she gets all kinds of praise, you know. Whoa, that would make this video so much longer than what I was planning for it to be. But let's get some of the comments. Firebat 984, they've been getting that in their trailer parks and suburbs for decades. But here's the clincher. Here's the difference. But are quiet about it. Remember what I said earlier about the difference in the two. All right. Let's see the reply. Yep. Straight facts. I guess they call it subsidies. That's another thing, you know. Hey, thanks for the truth. Section 8 cuts are going to affect them the most, just like EBT. Also, what else? DEI, which is something else that, you know, benefited them, especially the so-called white woman, the most. All right, all this is coming out, you know. Again, this is part of this devil being revealed. All right, all this, you know, says we already knew that. We did. We just couldn't maybe, you know, in our heart, we knew these things. Like I said earlier, you know, some of the things we see, but it's like this little book I carry. It's called How White Folks Got So Rich. It gives you the facts. It gives you like almost line item. All right, the shit that they did. You don't have to speculate. That's my point. So that he's letting you in, all right, on what exactly they are doing. All right, it says just like how DEI, there you go, benefits them the most. These programs still exist because the government knows they are doing it. Exactly. Because trust and believe. If Jake starts learning how to do this, oh, you're going to have all kinds of changes, just like in anything else. Unless you know this shit is rigged. All right. Immigrants are doing this as well. We, FBA, are the ones that don't know how to get over doing stuff by the book. And I remember years ago, a fellow veteran up here at the VA in D.C. here told me about this old white lady he was talking to years ago. Straight out told him, said, the whole thing just behind the conversation was, you know, they know how to get away with not working hard. But Jake was conditioned, as she put it, to do this. Just as it says right here. It says, we FBAs, I hate that term, foundational, whatever. It says, are the ones that don't know how to get over doing stuff by the book. Now, I'm not telling you how to, you know, put that out there. I'm not. But clearly, they learn how to do these sort of things, get away from. What Jake would have thought about establishing a trust? Nope. Oh, just like DEI and affirmative action. All right. And here's another thing, because we talked about this, myself, and it says, I believe those people don't walk into Social Security offices. They probably have some kind of network to get through the process with people working in the system. The average Section 8 person wouldn't know anything about it or how to work it. Exactly. This is overall the case. It's like Jake wants to brag and boast about going to college. Well, you don't have the same networks as your oppressor does. You know, and then there's a little class thing to that too. But again, they still have the advantage over you, because even when it comes down to just how they look, all right, you know, this is their setup. We are the enemy. They make sure about it. But again, you know, this devil is being revealed, and all these things we're seeing, as far as America goes, its enemies. When it goes to Obadiah, let's get there real quick. Whoops. All right. Because again, and we all wanted this guy, because he's so entertaining. I'm talking about Trump, to be back in office, because we believe he's the one that's going to set this shit off. All right. I could start at the top, but I'm going right to the point. Verse 7, it says, all the men of thy confederacy. There's things going on between the U.S. and Canada now, where Canada is basically refusing to buy American goods because of this a-hole. I mean, I'm not going to call him that. No, he's doing he's doing good now. So it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Yeah. You know, so all those people that, you know, were in that stage of statue and Daniel with the 10 toes of iron and miry clay, they don't mix. They're not getting along now. They're at each other's throats. All right. This whole shit is being broken down. All right. And it's a beautiful thing to see, if nothing else. A good time to be alive in order to see this. That's Sirach or Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 7. There'll be 9 things that, well, let's just go ahead and get it. Sirach 25 and 9. See, he thought, 7. See, he thought that this was going to go on forever. He had it locked down. That goes to show you he knows nothing about it. Or I would say, never believed. He may have known about it, but he certainly never believed it. All right, as far as prophecy is concerned, this is the Sirach 25 and 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, which he certainly, as a Jake, you can't have here. And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And we're watching constantly. All right, all the news is coming out of, from overseas. Because if you trust anything here, you're actually a fool. All right. If this is true, says Leroy Brown Jr., our student loan debt should be 0. Why would you think that, Leroy? Have you not realized that this is a game? Should I take it back to, my goodness, 6 years ago now? Let's look it up. if I can remember his name. He's the second richest Jake in the United States. And when Morehouse, down in Atlanta, upon their graduation, in his, let's see, let's see, what? I thought it was, let's see. No, that's not him. Let's see. Hold on, I'll get it. I thought his name was Frank. Let's see. Anyway, in his commencement address, he had stated that he would pay for their student loan debt, which he did, and immediately he was under investigation. Let's see. Let's see. Here it is. Frederick. No, that's not him. Damn it. Here it is. That's Robert. This is him. 62 is an American billionaire businessman and philanthropist. He is the founder, chairman, and CEO of private equity firm Vista Equity. Yeah, this is him. Let's get down to where I want to go to. Let's see. Philanthropy. Let's see. 2016. Nope. 2017. 2018. Let's see. Here it is. It's 2019. On May 19, 2019, during the 2019 commencement speech at Morehouse College, a historically black college in Atlanta, Georgia, Smith said he would pay off the entire student loan debt of the 2019 Morehouse College graduating class of 396 students. A reported $34 million in student loan debt, including the debt incurred by parents and guardians. Okay, he wanted to do that, right? But see, this lets you know that this is orchestrated. Smith had previously donated $1.5 million to Morehouse College in January 2019 to be used for the Robert Frederick Smith Scholars Program and a campus park with an outdoor study area. Smith established Intern XL through Fund 2 Foundation in 2019 to help match diverse internship candidates with paid internships at leading companies. Smith stated that he was inspired by his own internship experience with Bell Labs, which is what led him to create the platform. Now I want to get to... Now, bear in mind, this was May 19th, 2019. Let's go out. Damn it. I didn't want to go that far out. Let's see. Because I saw it earlier. Non-prosecution agreement and tax. Let's see. 1990s. Let's see. In October 2020, Smith entered a non-prosecution agreement with the United States Department of Justice, agreeing to assist the DOJ in a separate case against Brockman, who was charged that month with what the DOJ called the largest ever tax fraud scheme by a U.S. citizen. Smith's non-prosecution agreement settlement required him to pay a penalty of $139 million. Brockman died in 2022 while his trial was pending. So he had to, so apparently, according to this was something ongoing. But it just happened. That they brought it up after he made that pledge. Oh boy. You can't even get on the list, and if you do, you never get the opportunity. So yeah, it's total BS. Been going on to say the least. I knew it. Trust fund babies. All right. Yep, there's a lot of them just undercovers. I knew plenty of RNs where the government helped them get their degree and was on Section 8 on welfare. I mean, Jake, don't you get it by now? You were meant to be this underclass. This is what you were brought over here to do, despite the illusion. All right, what was someone who said it? How they put it? You have the illusion of inclusion. That's all it is. They're gonna let you know sooner or later. Let's see. Especially Russian. Yep, you got all these people from that area over there, Eastern and Western Europe, that are coming over here, but nobody's talking about them. Funny how that is, right? All right. Nobody's, and I'm sure I've been hearing, especially in D.C. here, a lot more European languages, especially Eastern European. Using Jake, Northern Kingdom like that as a distraction. In the meantime, these other people are coming over here.
A lot of them are getting over. Let's keep it a buck, right? But some of them are actually investing that money wisely. Well, one thing, I'm glad that he debunked it, because he says, I'm an expert, right? I deal with this all the time. That is not actually black people that's benefiting the most, it's the white people. But he also said, this is what they do. And I'm like, then for those of us that are on Section 8, we should be doing the same thing. Because let's keep it real. There are some people that live on Section 8 for a very long time, right? For whatever reason, they don't feel like they need to better themselves. That's not everybody. I want to say that's not everybody, but it's some people. But if you're on those programs, a lot of times those programs give you a leg up, right? They allow you to go to school for free, housing at a very discounted price and things like that. So yeah, those who can, they should be taking advantage of not, working the system, doing anything illegal, but, coming up and doing what they do, so to speak, right? Because it sounds like what they're doing is illegal. They're lying about assets. Don't do that, because you get in trouble. But if you can save money or go to school or better yourself, yeah, do that. But that's a cold game right there. They're using the government assistance to actually build on to their generational wealth. So we should also be doing that. Not necessarily that, but you get the gist. Anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to.
Because by now, let's face it, it's too late. Especially with who's in office now. They're going to look to close all kinds of loopholes. All right, to where, hey, like we said, we're at the end of this. All right, and all this truth is coming out. Let's see. This is 2nd Ezra 6:27. It says, for evil, wait a minute, hold on. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared. We're learning all these things. He just saying he's going to release more about JFK. Whatever. Whatever you believe about all that. Why are you releasing all this now? Same with MLK. Probably Robert F. Kennedy too. But I mean, we're at this stage now that, like I said, this is a good thing. All this is coming out. It lets you know we're at the end. That's what we've been trying to tell you. This is prophecy happening right in front of your face. All right, for those of you hardcore deniers, and you know, you just want to, you know, be assholes. But you're gonna see all this AI shit, which is really, really dangerous. This is something that they let get out the bag, and they're gonna try to use it to their advantage. Whether they can control it, who knows? But again, nothing's happening that the Most High is not behind it all. So with that, hey, until the next video, hey, shalom.